Hello, my name is William James. I'm the host of The Bald Book Geek. Hello. Today we are going to talk about Star Trek Discovery, everyone's favourite whipping boy of the Star Trek universe. All of my links, if you want to get in touch, are down below. Hi and welcome to all the new subscribers. Let's start this. Star Trek Discovery is one of the most uneven Star Trek series that I've watched. While I do like a lot of elements of it, for example, Season 1's Mirror Universe, I thought Season 2 was very good. Season 3 is a mess. I want to diverge into the characters, and I want to talk about Michael. But before that, I want to say that looking back at the series, Season 1 had the highest budget. Season 2 had the better cast. I think bringing Christopher Pike in, bringing in these characters and just fleshing things out, it felt more like Trek. Season 3 feels like a reboot of a reboot of a reboot. And I don't like that feeling. The reasons they jumped ahead and take into account the massive plot holes that this has now caused, i.e. the suit having autopilot, not actually needing to go to the future, and no emotional resonance of the characters who all their families and friends are dead, are stuck 900 something years ahead. They spend a lot of time crying, but that's it. And all the interesting characters get pushed aside for Michael. They jumped ahead at that time to get away from canon, and what they've done is gone, we must do diversity, representation, woke culture, and all of this. And I'm like, have you not watched Star Trek? Have you not watched Voyager, DS9, Next Generation, Enterprise? It doesn't need to do this, it needs to tell a story. Why, like I said, there are elements I like, there are elements I don't like, but let's talk about Michael. Probably the best and worst Star Trek has to offer. Michael, as a character, is the secret human stepsister of Spock. Or adopted sister of Spock, I should say. And, she's never been mentioned. She seems to come out of nowhere. And is completely and utterly perfect in every way. The series opened with her being in the brig. And yeah. She constantly disobeys orders. She constantly jumps in the way of every other thing going on. The problem with Michael, when it comes to I am not like other girls stereotype, is that this is done so well in films like Wonder Woman from a few years ago, or trying to think Billie Piper in Doctor Who. Even I can list countless strong, brilliant women characters across the Trek universe. Captain Janeway, 7 of 9. To name but 2 of the most well-known, but there are countless ones. Look at Troy from Star Trek Next Generation. Look at Beverly Crusher. You have these strong... T'Pol, not forgetting her. You have these strong characters who are well-written, who are rounded. Michael, in Series 1, was annoying, but this focus wasn't on her. The focus was what was going on around her. It was towards the end that they seemed to push her into the precipice. Season 2, she was pushed aside, although her story was very much played out. And I'm glad they brought in more Trek canon. Season 3, it's the Michael show. That's the problem. They cut the episodes down. There are a lot less this season, and Star Trek strengths are often the Monster of the Week episodes. Michael is too perfect. Even when she was being reprimanded, she told the captain he was doing the right thing. Characters like Saru, who are brilliant and well written, get pushed aside for I am a Mary Sue. Michael is now the captain of the USS Discovery. She hasn't earned it. People follow her blindly because she's oh so perfect. She's either crying or being a badass. There's no in between, and the mummy issues are really old. The character exists in this weird void and bubble that doesn't feel completely cohesive to the Star Trek universe. She doesn't feel like she belongs. For all of this pushing of woke culture in this, it so clumsily handled and badly handled. When characters are stripped down to just archetypes, they're gay, they're non-binary gender, all of this stuff. When these characters are split down to just their archetypes, what else is left for them? To fix this series, Michael should have died at the end of season 2. Her story is over. Her story is done, and it's uninteresting. And it just felt like she has been kept around for the sake of cast members and all of this that are pushed aside. Michael could be a good character, but to tie her so closely to Spock, for example, was so fan fiction. That still makes me cringe. Michael is the secret human adopted sister of Spock. Yeah, it just doesn't work. And the fact that it kind of ignores the fact that Spock has a half-brother, it ignores a lot of stuff that just feels weird. And like I said in my season 3 thing, the plot holes from season 2 to season 3 are shocking and lazy. The fact that as Michael as a character, I think honestly she should have died. She should have been killed off, the character to go, and then focusing on more people. The Star Trek universe is already woke. You don't need to force agendas, but you need to comment on them. But forcing agendas and forcing this disconnect is ridiculous. Discovery had a good start, and I thought Captain Gabriel was brilliant. I love Pike as a captain. I love Saru as a captain. Saru is phenomenal. His makeup creeps me out, but Saru is phenomenal. Michael is just a glorified background character now who everything is about her. It's just Star Trek. It's Michael Burnham featuring Star Trek. And it's sad that it's come to this. And like I said, I don't outright hate this character at all. I think when she's good, she's good. And I will say that there are some really good moments with her. But when she's bad, she's bad. And I'm looking back at other Trek and the Star Trek universe so obsessed with prequels that why not give us something in the future, which they've done, but now they're just going to retread old ground so they can ignore canon, and so they don't have to abide by canon. But I have a few questions because this is contradicting a lot of things, and I feel like season 4 is just going to be another mess. I think Michael needs to be toned out or written out. I don't want her as the captain of the USS Discovery. As a character, she hasn't earned it. She isn't Catherine Janeway. She isn't 7 of 9. She isn't T'Pol. And when you have that's naming free, but when you have great characters against her versus her, you can see the weakness in the writing. Michael Burnham is a Mary Sue.